Greetings, everyone. If you want the blessings of the Most High to abide with you, there are a few things you're going to have to do. For one, you have to have a clean heart, the right spirit, and a mind that is capable or willing to let things go. Anything at all you're holding on to in your heart or your mind that causes you to be angry, you have to let that go. Because when you hold on to grudge, it's like a blocker. When you hold on to resentment, it blocks you from getting your blessing. I'm going to say this before I go any further. Lady, you have to let it go. You have to let it go. And I also want to say to you that nowadays, it's hard to have relationship with people because people are very sensitive. People, cause you to walk around on eggshells. If you're not careful, you offend people every minute of the day, and it is not your intention. It makes it difficult to relate to each other these days. You're listening to this video. I want to say to you, that was a very innocent remark that person made. And you made a mountain out of a molehill. You terrorized that person over something that was meant to be innocent. Innocent. You see, if we don't learn to forgive, we say we forgive, but we don't forgive. We hold on to these grudges and they only make our heart, they block our heart chakra. And so it doesn't take much for you to flare off and explode. You say to yourself, who told you this? Spirit. Listen, people, I wish I could come out and just say and declare all things that comes to me, but it would be about my ego. I'm not going to say unless I'm sent to say, like this morning. This very thought is with me since yesterday, but I just was not in the mood to speak. There are times when you have to be silent. But when the Spirit comes back and say, you speak on it, I speak on it. It's very difficult to forage friendships or relationships, even in our families. Because guess what? The spirit of unforgiveness. It really is a terrible thing. Now, I'm not saying that I'm perfect and people can't rub me the wrong way, but I refuse to live my life allowing bad things that people do to me to corrupt my heart in such a way that even when those ones are in a situation where they might need me, I'm not there. As long as the Creator put me in the position and give me the resources and the tools to do what is necessary, I'm going to do it. And as I said before, forgiveness is not really about the other person. It's to prevent your heart from being corruptible. It's to prevent you from, living your life in such a way where you always wear a frown, where you live your life and every time you remember what someone have done to you, you're hurt again like it just happened. So you have to let it go. Doesn't mean that you have to be in the person's corner and you have to, be their buddy. But if the time comes for you to be there to feed the hunger or quench the thirst, you're still expected, especially if you're given the resource to do it. So we shouldn't really see anyone as our enemy, because the moment you start saying that's my enemy, truthfully speaking, you become an enemy to yourself. It was an innocent remark. He meant nothing by it. Nothing at all. The trauma you feel or experience, you have to let it go. Otherwise, someone innocent come into your life and pay for what someone else did to you. Do you understand? You can't let people pay for what someone else have done. So a lot of us, even in our relationship, we take baggages from the past. And because we've been hurt, we are up on hind legs. And as soon as someone says something that provokes that thought, we immediately lash out. Do you notice I'm saying we, not just you, we. And we have to work on ourselves. We don't want these blockages in our life to prevent us from walking into our greatness, into our ultimate blessings. It's really bothering me, that we can't have friendships where we laugh and talk about things. We poke fun of ourselves and each other. It's not that serious. It's so hard to have friendships these days because people are sensitive. You want to say your thing and you're afraid to say the truth because the truth is going to offend people, and they have no time. People walk around with these, uptight feelings. Everything you say, it triggers them. They don't realize that you're hurting yourself and you push people away. We often push people away when we hold on to these hurts. And then we say we're lonely, and then we say we don't trust anybody. Yes, in this time, it's difficult to trust people because people always have ulterior motive as to why they want to get close to you. I get it. But unless you see and prove for yourself that these are not trustworthy individuals, then you just have to let it go. It's unfair to judge somebody on something that someone else did. Do you get it? So, yes, we're walking around with our fences up, our gates up, our guards up. But in the long run, we lose. We push people away. We never get to experience true love. We never get to experience kindness. We never experience the opportunity to say everybody is not the same. Take, for example, in Jamaica, when you look at the current climate, people are heartless, people are mean-spirited, people are, envious of each other and all of that. But if we really look at it and just start to say, yeah, this is how everybody is, you won't get a chance to meet that one person who changes your mind about all those things. The man didn't mean nothing by it. It was an innocent remark. Nothing. So don't waste your time and make yourself sick, and being all agitated and miserable. We have to find peace. We find a way where even when people are trying to be offensive, we're not afraid to deal with them and talk to them and express how we feel to them about what they say or do to us. But we just can't keep it on. This is one of the reasons why I like YouTube. When people step to me sideways and I feel like answering, I answer. But listen, don't you ever think that when I am done responding, and oftentimes I'm laughing before I respond. I don't carry that with me. I try not to carry what happened yesterday into today. It's a new day. It's a new day. Every day is a new day. And so, as I say, nowadays it's difficult to grow in love with people because people are dead set on holding on to the past hurts and pains. And they think that when they're holding on to it, they're hurting the people who hurt them. No, you're hurting yourself, Mrs. and Mr. You're hurting yourself. You're not hurting anybody else. Walking around grumpy and angry and holding on to things to make sure that it doesn't happen to you again is only going to bring that more into your life. It's going to bring other persons with the same reminder because you didn't let it go. For you to have peace, for peace to reign within yourself, you have to let things go. Otherwise, the unpleasant things that happen to you becomes you. And when you are around, even though you're, let's put that in quotation, you're a victim, people don't see that you're victimized. They just see who you become. The speeches share the inner thoughts or the condition of our heart. So let bitterness go and find a way to replace that with peace and joy. Someone told me that it doesn't matter where you live, you should be able to have peace It doesn't matter what's happening to you in your life, you should be able to have joy. And that's what I'm saying. Bitterness and anger and rage is a result of what we see happening even in our little country of Jamaica. People, through their negative experiences, get to be so angry, so enraged, that they take out that on any and everybody. People justify robbing other persons of the little that they have because someone didn't help them or someone took from them or whatever. There is no justification from robbing anybody. There's no justification for hurting anyone, whether with our words. And I am guilty of that. In my hurt feelings, I can hurt someone worse than they could hurt me or have hurt me in the past. And so when I look at us living in a time when people can't, make a decision that I'm going to live my day peacefully. I'm not going to allow someone else to take that from me. It's such a struggle to find people who are like that. I personally want to be with individuals who bring peace to my life. And though we go through these daily things, I want to be able to reach out to someone and say, I'm feeling this way. And the person can encourage me and say, listen, I hear you, I feel your pain. And give me words of encouragement that will not allow me to stay in that place. Sometimes we want to justify our reason for staying angry, or justify the reason to hate or to be malicious. But that's not good. That's not good. It doesn't help you, and it doesn't free the other person from that rage that you are carrying. Okay? So, before I end this video, I'm going to repeat it. It was an innocent remark, and you're now making a mole. What is a mole? Into a mountain. Do not live your life that way. You have to let it go, and you have to invite peace. You have to be the person who's a peacemaker. You have to be the type of person who's always looking for the opportunity to bring peace into your life, into your home, into your family, into your community, into the world. I try to avoid some topics these days because as soon as I start talking on them, I find myself getting very angry. And I don't want that for my spirit. I don't, because the spirit will not dwell in that environment. It will not. And you know how I feel about spirit. I always welcome spirit in my life to teach me, to guide me, to comfort me, to keep me. And so I have to keep my temple free from anger or resentment or hatred or any of these things. Stay blessed, everyone.